Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC Flyweight division, sponsored by Third Coast T-shirts. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 124.9 pounds. Coming in tonight with a record of 6 victories with 3 defeats, and fighting out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Dominic Heath. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 4 inches tall and officially weighing in at 125.4 pounds. Coming in tonight with a record of 6 victories with 1 defeat, and fighting out of Lombard, Illinois, Marco Cutthroat Mcdonald. And your referee in charge is Scott Huff.
Scott Huff, third man inside for this flyweight contest, brought to you by Third Coast T-shirts. Dominic Heath has a mullet as well. So far, they're undefeated tonight. We shall see if that remains against Marco Cutthroat Mcdonald.
Let's see how Team Mullet fares here. Beautiful jab right away by Heath. Doing a great job keeping those hands up and snapping the jab. Beautiful hip toss transition here.
Cutthroat finds himself on the back early. And like you talked about, posturing and elevation earlier, taller guy wins.
Yeah, Heath did a great job of not exactly settling down into the guard, kept his hips up, which is going to allow him room and space to possibly pass as he's looking to step over here on this left side, left underhook here, right arm under their head. He's in great position. He's off to a great start.
McDonald noted that Heath is a good submission artist and quite dangerous on the ground, and now he's got full mount on McDonald. This is exactly where Cutthroat doesn't want to be.
Heath may be looking to go gift wrap as he has that left or right arm of McDonald across the back there. However, decides to settle in the half guard. I think either way, he's in a great position. Look for him to maybe frame off his opponent, get hand control, maybe land some strikes. He's doing a great job of dominating and positionally controlling them. But once you get here, you know, we don't want to just look good. This is a fight. We need to damage our opponent.
Damage is the #1 part of the scoring criteria. Cutthroat, a little bit annoyed with his positioning, but staying patient. 90 seconds left on the clock. Trying to push the head of Heath down, but Dominic Heath wrapping up the legs here to maintain the position.
Great job of Heath to wrap up the legs. However, he needs to be kind of above the knees to really solidify that position.
Look at the moves from Dom Heath, but Cutthroat finds the reversal with a minute to go.
And McDonald just kind of weathers through everything. Now he's in a good position with Heath on his back as he stands over and just spamming those kicks to the leg.
Those cannot feel good, David. Not the most damaging strike in the world, but it's all about.
Not physically, but maybe to the ego a little bit. You know, you got to play into the ego. Like, I'm on my back, you're kicking my legs. It's not a good look, that's for sure.
30 seconds to go. Scott Huff, brief separation. Dom Heath back to his feet. Nice combo from Heath.
Heath comes right in, looks to trap the leg. Nice roll through scramble there created by Heath. You know, took a page out of Nick Siriano's book there with that roll through.
And it was an excellent response to the whizzer that McDonald had. Heath said, well, you know what? I'm just going to roll around it and collapse your legs. Round 1 in the can. Replay coming up between Marco McDonald and Dom Heath. David Evans, walk me through it.
Right here, we got Heath getting right to where he wanted. The wrestling, got the overhook, got the wrist, nice hip toss, kept his hips up, which shows me he was looking to maybe transition and pass guard once he got back to his feet. Beautiful 2 to the head, followed by the kick, and he was just starting to flow on his feet, but just when you think he was comfortable there, he changes it up, goes in for the shot. His opponent addresses is beautiful with a nice wizard, and he decides to go under the wizard. I mean, this guy is just flowing here in this first round.
McDonald told us that a lot of his fight camp revolved around the takedown defense and sharpening up the tools on the mat. But round one, it looked like Dom Heath does possess a palpable skill advantage when things hit the ground. But in terms of damage, nothing too significant or serious.
A very technical, dominant round. However, if you're Heath, once you know you're kind of ahead there, it's time to do some damage, and let's put our opponent out of the fight. Beautiful shot. Transitions to the back.
Wow.
And he's gonna climb here, maybe settle on the back here.
Nice answer for McDonald to find a reversal.
McDonald able to maintain equilibrium, switch his hips out, hip heist, ends up on top in full guard of Heath here.
But this is the beauty of Dom Heath's game, is one moment you're in the bear trap, and then the next instance you're in the fire. Any move you make is still dangerous.
He seems to be dangerous from everywhere. As we saw him looking to isolate a wrist, maybe trap it, punch it down to his opponent's waist and go. Arm bar.
McDonald trying to answer. Dom Heath finds himself in a more advantageous position. He is just flowing on the ground, David Evans.
That was a beautiful transition. Threw up the arm bar. Knew he wasn't going to get it. Knocked his opponent off of his base and was able to transition on top and turn it into a sweep. Nice gift wrap position there for Heath on top. Maybe look for him to step his left leg over to get mount and transition perhaps to his opponent's back.
McDonald's left arm is wrapped up deeply underneath Dom Heath. And now Heath looking for a submission there. McDonald, moment of reprieve as he finds his way back upstairs.
These guys are going tit for tat, transition for transition. Heath seems to be a step or two ahead. However, McDonald has an answer for everything.
Cutthroat doesn't land on the break. 1 minute to go in round number two. We'll see if McDonald can force himself back into this one. There's a combo from McDonald, but Heath answers nicely.
McDonald just marching forward. Nice, beautiful right hand, right down the pipe, lands right on the nose there of Heath.
McDonald whiffs on the leg kick. Heath lightly touches upstairs with the lead leg. But this is better for McDonald.
This is better for McDonald. However, Heath, I mean, he's looking good on his feet as well, too. We've seen him throw some good snap kicks to the head, following up with the jab, throwing the right hand. So I think at this point, it's anyone's game until he decides to switch it up when he goes in for that beautiful sweep single. Maybe look for him to run his feet and go towards the right here of McDonald to secure the takedown. But he decides to go arm drag, drags out and lip arms out of the single into his opponent's back. I mean, just beautiful transition chain wrestling there.
You know, I had some questions about Roman Dolidze's belt upgrade last night over the Kevin Holland injury, but if Dom Heath wins this fight, I wouldn't be mad at a belt upgrade here. This kid's looking fantastic on the ground.
Yeah, whatever he is, give him another one. I mean, even if he's a black belt, give him two.
Double replays from round number two. Dominic Heath and Marco McDonald issuing a very fun grappling affair. This was Cutthroat trying to push on the feet, find some success. But look where Dom Heath is. I mean, he is responsible, keeping the feet under him, as good on the feet as he is on the ground.
Great position, great posture on his feet and on the ground. I mean, beautiful transition, limp arms out of the single leg. And the wizard there by McDonald, excuse me, takes his back, and this guy is just working in every position here tonight.
God, you blink and Dom Heath is right behind you.
Fast, technical, strong. He has grit. When you put a fighter together and you think about an excellent performance, you think about a performance that Heath has given tonight.
But look at this answer from McDonald. Pressure right off the bat. This is what he needs. He's trying to overwhelm Dom Heath.
McDonald seems to be fired up after that round. Comes in, putting his head down and just throwing everything but the kitchen sink here at Heath.
The problem is he is getting burned a little bit. Dom Heath getting the better of those exchanges, but now Cutthroat clinching and cloistering against the cage.
McDonald showing that grit. He's clearly not afraid to take one to give one. I mean, that could fare well for you here. However, when you're going against someone like Heath, whose danger's on his feet, I mean, the cost just may not be worth it at that point.
Hooking that left leg of McDonald.
He's doing a great job of trapping McDonald's head here on the bottom. He's going to look to swing in transition. I figured that's where he was going, but he's a little quicker than I am here in the cage. Beautiful sweep there. Now he's on top in full guard. Great shoulder pressure. At this point, I can just sit back and I just want to see where Heath is going next. I mean, I can't even call it. He's too fast for me, Ben.
This is a PhD in BJJ that Dominic Heath is displaying. Just over a minute and a half to go. Cutthroat, trying to do the right things, address everything defensively, make space to get back to his feet, and he does. We'll just see how long he remains there.
I think both of these guys are equally matched. That's a testament to the matchmaking here at APFC. McDonald isn't doing anything wrong. Heath just seems to be that much better at everything here in this fight.
And this is an awful spot as McDonald's left arm was momentarily trapped, turned to his back to address it. And you cannot question the determination from McDonald. There is not an instance of him wilting under this grappling pressure from Heath, which is beyond respectable as he mounts the back.
He doesn't seem to wilt, doesn't seem to waver. If you look in his eyes, he's focused and he's trying to problem solve. However, I just think Heath is overwhelming his sensory here. I mean, I think once McDonald gets a grip in one area, Heath, sleight of hand, he goes another direction, and it's a lot to keep up here for McDonald.
We've got Victor the Constrictor Aguirre coming later tonight, but Heath looking like a boa constrictor himself.
Yeah, Heath on McDonald's back, I mean, just like a wet cloth, not giving him an inch. McDonald throwing everything at him, including nice Granby roll. However, Heath is going to be able to follow him through and even sneaks the rear leg in.
Now some striking as we come to the final 15 seconds. McDonald not content to try and defend the grappling, wants to make offense where he can.
McDonald just says, wow, I just want to strike off my back, forget about jiu-jitsu. He's just kind of going last resort. If he can land a shot, he's going to take it.
What a fun affair between two deeply experienced flyweights. Dominic Heath and Marco Cutthroat McDonald extend themselves the full 3 rounds. David Evans, here's a couple replays.
Here we have the Granby roll out of desperation there for McDonald, just trying to get to a better position. However, Heath was able to follow him through, got the boot in on the backside, and even Heath throwing from that unorthodox position there, not even worried about getting his hips up. I mean, that just speaks to the mentality there of Heath. You're ahead in this fight. You've been dominating. You can settle in that position and escape with the win, but he's like, no, I'm going to fight here.
Which is the mentality that one about to embark on his professional MMA journey would maybe need, right? That fighting in anywhere, any moment, any position.
Yeah, Heath is he's anything but ready. He's ready to be a pro. He's ready to go to the next level. He put together a comprehensive performance. I mean, there wasn't one area where I think he needs improvement. I think as a martial artist, we should always improve, but there wasn't one glaring area where I'm like, maybe there are some deficiencies here. His mindset's there. The technical part of the game is there. He's fun. He's exciting to watch. I would say he's a total package.
And he's only 23. I mean, this kid has so much room to grow and further develop and evolve. What an honor that was as we set it inside to handsome Michael Hansen to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. And our first judge scored the fight 30-27 for McDonald. Another judge had it 30-27 for Heath. And our third judge, sitting at cage side, scored the fight 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Out of the blue corner, Dominic Heath.
Now, I would like to maintain the professionalism, but a 30-27 towards Marco McDonald is quite the interesting scorecard. However, the right result, in my opinion, was delivered. Dom Heath by split decision. Now he speaks with David Evans.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Dominic Heath. Dominic, I mean, that was one of the more impressive victories I've seen here in the APFC cage. What was your game plan going into this fight tonight?
Game plan was to circle lateral and try to get my kicks going to the head. But we ended up grappling a lot, and I wasn't afraid to grapple, obviously, look at my ears. So ended up playing out how I thought it would. But then again, tough opponent, 6'1", he was in the Marines, so all respect to him.
Definitely, we know you as a grappler. However, your opponent was tough. When you got in those exchanges on your feet, what's going through your mind? Were you looking to kind of just stay away? Did you think you could catch him and maybe put him out on his feet as well?
Shit, as Lorenzo said, we're from Indiana, so fuck around and find out, you know what I'm saying? I felt great in the exchanges, though, but he was able to get to my legs a little bit. But other than that, I don't think he punched me. He maybe caught me one time, but other than that, I felt really comfortable in the exchanges.
After a performance like that, I mean, if I say so myself, I think you're ready for the pros. How do you feel about fighting as a pro here in the APFC cage?
I'm going to go back, spend some time with my family, keep on training. Obviously, we got a jiu-jitsu gym in Fort Wayne, Get a Grip Jiu-Jitsu. Watch out for that. I'm going pro next. Hopefully, Michael Aguirre give me a good matchup. There's a couple of flyweights on this roster that I don't think are really good, so I definitely come back here, thump some guys up. But another thing, when I was in school, 6th grade, a teacher told me that I wasn't going to be anything, and now look at me, I'm on UFC Fight Pass, so let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, your winner, Dominic Heath.
What a way to stick it to that 6th grade teacher who could not have been more wrong. 7-3 to close out his amateur career.